Greetings YouTube, Cross-Train here, coming to you today again from World of Tanks. Today I'm going to bring you another replay in my T-44, which is the Tier 8 Russian medium. This tank has absolutely grown on me since I first started driving it. I'm not sure if that's because I've learned how to play it a little bit, or if that's because it's just grown on me. I suspect it's probably a little bit of both. When I started playing this line again, just to get to the T-42A, which is my target in this line, initially, and then eventually the Object 140, but I'm going to start with the 62A. When I started, it had been a long time since I played mediums, so I've been in heavies and tank destroyers almost near exclusively for quite some time. Certainly, if you look at my profile, you'll see that I've spent, I don't know, 80+% of my games in heavies and TDs. So getting back into it, I suspect, was just the one of the big problems. I probably tried to brawl with it because that's what you do in mediums or in heavies, really. So I suspect that's part of it. Here I am coming across the tank affectionately known as the Awful Panther. But I've seen some replays where this thing's monstrous, so I don't know if HE is the standard round in that tank, but this guy is firing HE at me, so that probably won't work out in his favor, and in fact I will spoil the ending of this little engagement. It will not work out in his favor. But regardless of that, back to the T-44. I think it's just I am coming to enjoy it more. It really has great mobility and flexibility, which, you know, you may be saying, well, it's a medium. Of course it does. I have some mediums that don't really have it, but I just come to love this thing. Turret rotation on it is ridiculous. It is fast. It just whips from side to side. They say the T-54 is even better, so I am looking forward to the T-54. I haven't driven the T-54 since the open beta of this game back in early 2011, so I am anxious. I'm just a few thousand XP away from unlocking, researching the T-54, so I am going to enjoy that. Until then, this is 54. I wanted to bring this, or 44. I just wanted to bring this game to you. I'm platooned today with Joel, my former clanmate in TB, Tactical Brotherhood. Still kind of a clanmate, but in World of Tanks, I am now a free agent, and Joel is in Bimbo, as you can see. He's today in his Panther 2. So, wanted to bring this to you because I drive an awful lot in this match, and just trying to get into a position where I could do something to help the team. As you can see, they got an E-75 guarding base. I told Joel, who dropped down below me, that I wasn't going to go down there just because it was. They probably had some TDs up there. I missed that first shot, don't know how, but regardless, I'm about to track this guy. And finish him. That's not a, I won't say it's not a bad play for a French heavy, because they are sniper tanks. But at any rate, I did tell Joel I couldn't go down there just because that E-75, and I suspected there were a couple of, I know there's at least one, but I suspected there was a few tank destroyers down there, so then I decided to advance, and when I do so, I recognize that not only do I have the probably tanks to my right, but I've got that T-30 that's near full health, and I have several tanks that are, at least a few tanks who are looking to face off with them, so I decided that I'm going to roll up instead of trying to engage or advance on that E-75 at this point. Whatever tank destroyers up there, I decided to go up and see if I can get a flank on this T-30 to just help our tank destroyers out, so they might help me move into the base, at least to shoot stuff that I spot when I move into the base. This Waffen, whatever it is, the tier, and I believe that's the 9, just took a beating here. This T-30 doesn't pay me any mind. He does finish off both of those TDs, tries to turn his against me, but too late. So there, real quick, I got a 6.83 second reload, so in something just over 14 seconds, I did hit him 3 times, dealt 574 damage, including the kill shot to that T-30. So he's out of the way now. Looks like we're clear up here. This M41 Bulldog, who's a very good player, comes up, and we are going to, without communicating in any way, shape, or form, we're going to put together a pretty lethal pincher move on the C-75 and whatever else is up there. I'm just looking to see how clear I am to advance any further. My hope, my goal was to advance into this little neck right in here, and at least get up and put some lights out here on the base. That shot didn't have much chance of success, but regardless of that, that was my hope, is to get up into that little neck, at least put some lights on the base. Our Artie has 3 kills already, so he's doing a pretty decent job. I'm thinking that he probably was focused on the other side of the field, because I don't think anybody over on this side got taken out by Artie, but I could be wrong. But anyways, he's had a decent game, so my goal is simply to get up here and light something off. If you look at our south flank, you see that at this point we've got them pretty much cornered in this back corner. This E-75 advanced on me, so I back off, really hoping if he does come after me, then this Walker Bulldog's going to have some shots on him. Now, don't think he would have been able to do anything to him frontally, although perhaps he could. I don't have the Walker yet, so I can't say for sure. But so now I decided to, once I got back down in there and the E-75 didn't show any propensity to come down after me, I decided to go to this other little throat up on here and again just see if I can get some lights. We've got 4 tanks left. It looks like all 4 of them, in fact, according to the lights, all 4 of them are back here on base. Don't have great gun depression on this tank, so I really couldn't do much to him. I did get a light so the Walker could get a shot on him, though. And then there's the C-75. My hope at this point is simply to get the C-75 lick. He is full health, and a T-44, as much as I've come to like this tank, is no match for an E-75. So my hope is just to keep him lit. Hope our Artie does some work on him. Artie just put a splash shot on him for just a little under 400, it looks like. But that's my hope, is really just to keep him lit. Now that I see the WAF is moved over to that side, further south, I decide that while this Walker came up in the neck I started in, I'm gonna flank around this guy. He seemed to be looking out in the field. Now, this is about as big a bonehead play as. Nah, I can make bigger bonehead plays. Let's not fool myself. But my goal here was to flank along this ridge, hope to stay down so he couldn't get a shot on me. Because I noticed that he was looking out in the field that the T-34 is down in here. So, and he has the M41 coming up behind him. So my goal was to run along this ridge and get to his side, and if nothing else, to maybe do some circling so that he couldn't turn his turret to me, get around to his back, to his sides, do those kinds of things. And then knowing that the Walker would be there as well. Now, I'll go ahead and roll this again, but when I started this climb, he was facing off in the field. Now I notice as I'm climbing here that he is turning his turret, and I thought he was turning his turret towards me, and perhaps he is. But regardless, it makes me freak just a little bit. So I tried to move down the hill oh, man. I slide all the way down the hill. So much for that momentum to go get him. So I have to do it all over again. So let me just speed this up while I get back into position where I just was. By now the walker was spotted and chased out. The E-75 killed our T-34. I get out here, okay, and put a shot in him, but didn't pen him. He hits me, so I decided it's better now than this is the only chance I'm going to have. So the Artie again does a shot. I'm gonna actually bounce one right here, but it doesn't matter. The walker was right there to clean up. So now I've got this full health waff. He just kills the bulldog, and so it's me and my Artie against their Artie and this waff. I need some help from Artie. All I'm trying to do at this point right here, and I have chat turned off for the replay I do when I'm in game 2, but my teammates were imploring me just to keep them lit for Artie, which is exactly what I'm trying to do without their help, only because I didn't see it. And you see Artie put a shot in there, splashed him, but nothing. I'm just trying to get them lit. I know that I can probably maybe take one hit from this waff, and that's it. So I really don't want to tangle with him. I'm trying to stay. I know Artie can't get me from right here unless he advances aggressively on me. So I'm just trying to stay behind this ridge, not to take a shot. And he gets aggressive, and I'm going to get really lucky right here. Watch this. Boom. He shoots, but he misses me. So it gives me an opportunity to put 1, 2, and I'm trying to use my speed to get around him. I get 3 shots into him, and he hits me. I had 658 hit points left. He took me for 628, leaving me on just 30 hit points, which is good because 30 is as good as 1,300 in terms of being alive or not. So that works out okay for me. So now he's pretty much done, and I have a nice reload. So I know the Artie's over here as well. So I'm going to go over and see what I can do. And I see him, and once again, I'm not sure what he was shooting at because he shot straight up in the air. And I know I've got plenty of time to put 2 shots into him. It looks like he's trying to get up this hill and to come ram me, which he would kill me if he did. Unfortunately, he's not going to get that opportunity. So again, this is a good game for me. In fact, this may be my highest damage game at 3,000 plus damage in this tank. And just really a good example of how the mobility of this tank and the flexibility of this tank to move around the battlefield is certainly one of its great strengths. So, you know, at the end there, I played the circle game with the E-75, allowing, while I didn't do any damage to him, it allowed our Artie to drop another splash shot on him. It allowed our walker to shoot him in the backside enough times to blow him up. Played the circle game with the waff and got really lucky that he left me with 30 hit points left. But nonetheless, I was able to dump 3 shots into him for 900, at the end there, probably 750 damage or so, something like that, leaving just the Artie left to clean up. So it was a pretty good game for me in this. Let's take a look at the post-game stats. So we've got the team scores. Had a nice game. It was I think it was a first-class mastery badge. Haven't got my mastery in it yet, but again, getting there. And that was probably as good a game as I've had in this thing. You can see I dealt a decent amount of damage at 3,000, 1,199. I hit 17 of 24 shots. I did take a few shots on the run. And all four of the shots I received were pens, so I got hit pretty hard. Again, I did have 800 player damage assistant, and again traveled 4.25 kilometers. So that's for a guy that ran a lot of TDs and heavies, that looks like a really big number to me. So this was a fun game. It was a good game for me, and again, I think it just shows the flexibility of this T-44. Looking forward to the T-54, because when I see people play it, it is even better. So hope you enjoyed that, folks. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me I could do this better. Again, I'm an average player. I'm not pretending to be anything other than slightly above average player, but I sure would love to, if you got some words of wisdom for me, leave them in the comments here. Leave a like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I appreciate you watching the video. And until next time, this is Crossstream from World of Tanks, and peace.